Hi guys, Nathan here with another update. I just wanted to just sort of go through sort of Notify to start with. But if you do watch through sort of further through the video, I'll be going through probably the best growth hack for acquiring SaaS customers that I've ever found. So if you own a sort of software as a service company or involved in technology in any way at all, you definitely want to sort of watch this. Um, so yeah, just to sort of jump straight into it. Earlier, I mean, sorry for the delay in the video as well. I should say I was hiking in Norway doing sort of mountain climbing, so I haven't been doing that much work. Um, but yeah, I this week my Stripe account was disabled as it was deemed too high risk of a business by Stripe. I have had this happen before. It is a bit annoying, and I wasn't really expecting it on this business, because several other competitors that I have do use Stripe. But anyway, it happened. So I've applied for sort of alternative payment providers, and just because I spent quite a bit of time doing some research, I just thought I'd sort of share that with you guys. So I mean, just to be clear, I do still really like Stripe. The API is great, and I really like the sort of interface. And now, because it's such a huge platform, I mean, any sort of payment platform is usually or sort of analytics. Sorry, any analytics platform is usually built with sort of Stripe in mind, and there's so many different like integrations and like it plugs straight into Intercom. So it's still I still really like the platform, but unfortunately I couldn't work with them on this business. So um, just a few alternatives that I did find that I thought are worth talking about. This is Adyen or Adyen. I'm not quite sure how you pronounce it, but they are another huge payment processor. Um, and I mean, you can see their sort of customers here. Spotify, L'Oreal, Mango, HelloFresh, Delivery Hero. Not sure who they are, but obviously some huge customers. Sorry, it's displaying in German because I'm in Germany at the moment. Um, Yeah, so I think that they are a big contender to Stripe, and I think their rates are actually cheaper as well. So I did apply for them, but they said that like for SaaS, we're not quite right for them at the time because they have a 30-day threshold for payouts, which is quite high, and they know that. So they said obviously in the early days it's quite important to have good cash flow. But if you if you if cash flow isn't quite as important, if you're a bit more of an established business, I would definitely check out this company. Um, Next up was FastSpring, who are specifically built for SaaS companies, and if I'm not mistaken, I believe they actually handle all of the MOS VAT, which is something that we have in Europe, where you have to charge different VAT rates to different people in Europe, and it's a real pain from an accounting perspective, especially for SaaS, and they handle all of that for you. So that's another one worth looking into, although they are a bit more expensive in terms of commission. Um, BlueSnap is something I was referred to, which also seems like a good platform with reasonable prices. So I'd recommend checking them out. They're also API based, and the last one is Paddle, which is also specifically for SaaS and sort of software in general. So again, they handle all of the taxes and VAT for you. They can also give out licenses if you work on a licensing basis. But rather than using an API, they have like a pre-built checkout, I guess, like a pop-up checkout that you can use. So it has like coupon codes sort of built in, and also on exit intent they'll trigger like a discount code, which is quite a nice feature. So yeah, that they charge 5% commission, which is pretty high. Um, but I think it is definitely something worth exploring. I mean, Stripe can work out to be about 3 or 4% at least, and for all the extras that you get with this, it's not bad. So I've been accepted into three of these, and I haven't quite decided what I'm going to go with yet. The only reason I'm not sure about Paddle is because they don't have an API that you can use. You have to use their checkout, I think. So yeah, but I'll keep you updated on that. It was a bit annoying as well because I did have 2 customers sign up and sort of enter card details in Stripe as well. So obviously that won't be going ahead anymore. But yeah, in other news in Notifier, I found this launch on Product Hunt, and I really liked their video. So I've reached out to the company that made their sort of explainer video, and I'm getting one sort of built myself. It's quite hard with Notifier to explain what it actually does. So I feel a video will sort of help with that a lot. So it was about $1,400 to get something like this made, but overall I think it explains their product really well, and hopefully that they can do the same for me. And finally, the last update for Notifier, I've switched to Intercom. For previous I was using Drift, and I've also integrated tracking. So this is just a little thing that I found from Gwilym Cobain. If you don't know him, he's quite a famous growth hacker, sort of scientist, sort of data scientist guy in Silicon Valley. So if you want to implement tracking, rather than trying to explain everything individually to your developer, do something like this, where you list to your developer everything that you want to track, and it's just a far quicker way to do things. So now whenever something happens within Notifier, I mean, I can see it here in Mixpanel. Right, sorry, I haven't pushed it to live yet. That's why you can only see see mine. We're just using it on our development server. Anyway, I'll get straight into the growth hack. So to start off with, there are 2 tools here. One of them is called Nerdy Data, and the other one is called Pro.builtwith. And essentially what these do is, so let's say that you own a SaaS company, which I do. Let's say that you owned a competitor to Stripe, for example, and you wanted to go and target all of Stripe's customers. We can just put in Stripe, and this will search for any website that has Stripe in the source code. So all of, there's 517,000 websites here that have the Stripe script installed on their websites. So they're going to be using Stripe. So you can download the report. You get a little sample, and yeah, so they've just shown it now. So if you want the full thing, then you do have to pay for it. If I was you, I would just do the $120 for 1 month for unlimited downloads and just download absolutely everything, which is what I've done. And so Nerdy Data does this by going through the source code, and Builtwith, I believe, is just done. They have a free Chrome extension, and whenever someone asks for the technologies on the platform, it's logged into their database. So it's like a sort of crowdsourced database, I guess. So I mean, for example, if we do Stripe again, Builtwith usually gets a hell of a lot more results than Nerdy Data, but they both get there's not too much sort of overlap, so I actually think that it's worth doing both of them. So Nerdy Data is about 120 a month, and Builtwith is about 500, but you can get a startup discount if you message their support, which brings it down to 300. So just to start off, to get your sources of... Okay, right, sorry, so they also have 543,000. Okay, fine, so it might not even be worth doing both of them for that, but anyway, so I've downloaded, I don't know, maybe 5 million results. I mean, as you can see here are all of the reports that I've downloaded just to make maximum use of my $300 subscription. So I've cancelled both of them now. But anyway, so you want to get your source from here, and then you download the CSV file. So, and if we open Nerdy Data, the other good thing about Builtwith is that you get a hell of a lot more information. They give you, for example, all the other plugins that they have installed on their website, links to sort of LinkedIn, Facebook, and everything like that. So, okay, so yeah, here you go. So this is what the report actually looks like. So we have a list. This is just a sample, remember, so there's only about 50 results. But anyway, So we can take all of these, and I'm going to give you two ways to approach these people. The first one is we're going to use LinkedIn automation to go and target, let's say, everyone at stripe-club.com. So this will pull their employees. We can do it by the name of, say, the owner at stripeclub.com, and we want to go and target the owner and say, hey, like, we have an alternative to Stripe for payment processing that you might be interested in, and just connect with them that way. Now, the reason that we do it on LinkedIn is because there's 100% inbox rate. You don't have to worry about your emails getting sent to junk or anything like this, which is a real problem with cold email. So that's why I prefer to do it first. So what you would want to do is import all of these into sort of Google Sheets, and then there's a little formula here. I'll put it in the description. But as you can see, at the moment it says Netsinity, which is one of my competitors' customers that I'm targeting now. But instead, if we swap that for Stripe Club, I don't know why my computer's so slow today. So to Stripe Club, right? So there we go. So it does it automatically. It does whatever's in the first column, and it will put it in there. So if you're not familiar with X-ray searches, basically what this is going to do, I'll just show you manually, is here we now have stripe-club.com. Okay, so it hasn't worked for that one. Let me find another example. The only problem with doing it on LinkedIn is that not everyone is on LinkedIn. So sometimes, but nonetheless, I definitely suggest doing this way first. 10by10.com. Yeah, so here we go. We've found someone here. So this is April. Here we go. Sorry, this is the one that we're looking for. So this is Alison, who owns 10by10 Philanthropy, which is using Stripe. So if we put that into a scraper, basically we want to figure out a way to do this at scale. So if you just give me 2 seconds, where's my scraper gone? Right, here we go. So this is the tool that you want to use, called Link Prospector. I can put a link in the description. So you just create an account with them, and I think it's about $5 or $10 to do 1,000 rows on Excel. So to complete 1,000 of your competitors' customers' websites is $10, which isn't bad at all. So just to run through sort of what you actually do: find new customers. Do create custom report, and then you want to put in all of your. This is what you want to put in here. So that's the part that you want to put in. So I'm not actually going to do it because I've done all these already. Select depth 50, and I think that's all good. Then you just want to do start. So it will cost you 2 credits, which is $10. It'll probably take about half an hour to do, and then you'll have all of the information, and it will export it so it looks just like this. So you get thousands of LinkedIn profiles here, and then what you want to do is go into LinkedIn, so you need linked helper. I'll also put this in the description. Now you want to do invite second connections. You want to do open list manager, and we can do just waiting for this to load. So this is creating basically a queue of people to invite on LinkedIn. So you then do upload profile URLs. Just click here. It doesn't want to work. And literally just paste all of the profiles from that from the Google Sheets that we were just in, the ones that you received. Paste them in there. Click import. It will do it all for you. And then you just want to write out a custom message, so you can do it sort of quite targeted. Obviously, whoever. So in this example, I've used Stripe, so you could send them out a message on LinkedIn saying, "Hey, I saw that you're using Stripe on your website. We wanted to introduce you to an alternative solution, however you want to word it." And you can just send out messages to all of these people. Now, just to show you how good this really is, the whole time I've been recording this video and having this conversation, I've had messages being sent out to people using ClickFunnels. And as you can see, it does it automatically, so I don't even need to think about it. So it's going in and connecting to these people, and then after that I'll go out and send them an invitation message to Notifier. So yeah, just a quick bit of advice. Whilst it's great to scale this, you want to scale horizontally rather than vertically, meaning in the past you could get away with doing a lot more actions on LinkedIn, but now I limit. For this, because it's a lot of viewing profiles, I only do about 100 or 200 per day, whereas before I did anywhere between 600 to a few thousand every day. So because if you do want to scale it out, add more LinkedIn accounts to it. So I currently have 4 accounts for my various employees that are all reaching out to various people. So scale out by adding more accounts, sending out maybe 100 or 200 messages per day. Don't do one account sending out about 1,000. So that is the first way to automate on LinkedIn. The reason that I love doing it on LinkedIn is because you get a 100% inbox rate. You know that that person is receiving your message. But of course, not everyone is on LinkedIn, and it's also good to just target people across multiple channels. So what we're going to do here is we can now close this, and we can close this. Hunter is a really good tool for finding emails, so you can use that. Obviously, if you're doing it in bulk, it's better off to just get the enterprise plan and do loads, because in the long run you'll be saving money. Or here is another platform that I use, which is called Snuff, and it's a blockchain based platform, which I think I find it really interesting. It's a lot cheaper than Hunter, but the emails aren't verified. So they have a verification tool, but it's something that you have to do yourself, whereas in Hunter they tend to be pretty spot on. The other really good thing about this platform is that you can actually search for LinkedIn profiles directly. So if I go ahead and sign in with Google. Yeah, so you can see that automation is always going on, which is great. So here's a list of people that I've sort of found before. So for example, if we do get site control, I guess I can just do a quick example. So what you want to do is go into tools, bulk domain search, upload from file, choose the file for people that you're trying to find, and then choose prospects and just do start search, and it will pull everyone's everyone's data in. So it will give you all of the social profiles, and then I mean you could also go and import them directly into Linked Helper again. But it will also give you their emails, or you can just do emails only. And then I mean I guess you could do it manually, or you could pull it into your CRM and send the automated emails that way. Or you can use Woodpecker, or sorry, Woodpecker email automation, which is like a plugin for Gmail, and you can send out sequences to people. Or the other one that you could use is Mailshake. So yeah, you basically connect your Gmail and you can send out automated emails and sort of follow-ups. And so I would recommend writing maybe a 7 email sequence, which you then send out to all of your competitors' customers' emails. And yeah, I mean, other than that, you can also look for them on Twitter. To be honest, I think this is one thing I think a lot of people don't understand. Until someone says no, obviously you don't really want to annoy people, but you want to either get an answer of either yes or no. You don't want to be left in like maybe, or not getting a response. So I would keep contacting people until you can just tick that prospect off. It's either a yes or a no. So I mean, I try and contact across like 3 platforms easily, and if I think someone is a really good prospect, I would even maybe send them a postcard or something to their office. Or if you do something really sort of personal, you are more likely to get a response. So keep reaching out to people until you get a response. Keep your emails personal, obviously. But yeah, my ideal sequence is to start off on LinkedIn. If they're not on LinkedIn, then also sort of start doing the email sequence. So that is how to target competitors' customers. It probably takes about an hour or 2 to set up, but once you have done it, you now have 2 cold email outreach hacks that are running on complete autopilot, because once it's set up, it's completely done. And all you need to do is make sure that you keep feeding them with prospects to target. So yeah, I hope that all made sense. I know it is a bit complex, but essentially all you're doing is downloading competitors' customers from either Nerdy Data or Built With. You're then putting them into a scraper to get the information of their LinkedIn profiles or to get the information of their emails, and then you're just reaching out to them directly through LinkedIn or through email. I use both, and I think that's the best way to go. But yeah, I truly believe there's nothing more powerful than this method of acquiring customers for software as a service. I truly can't think of any better way. Another idea that you could also use is upload the emails into Facebook custom audiences. You can also use Google custom audiences. I think Twitter and LinkedIn also have equivalents, and it will actually put adverts directly in front of these people. So if you aren't able to get through to them on email or on LinkedIn, then you can use sort of highly targeted ads to target them. So yeah, that is probably my favorite growth hack at the moment. If it doesn't make sense, please feel free to comment on YouTube, and I'll be happy to help you get set up. I'm not the best. I don't usually sort of give away things like this. I'm not the best sort of instructor. I usually just just set them up for myself and take full advantage. But I mean, hopefully that they can work for you as well. Aside from that, yeah, I'm like I said before, I travel sort of full time, so I haven't been able to record that much because I was hiking in Norway and Sweden, but I'm now in Germany and I'm en route back home to London. I've decided that it's going to be sort of much easier for me to to sort of run Notify in the early days when I need to be quite hands on, if I'm just based from home, and I have like a desk and it's just easy to sort of work every day, because out here I have to go and find like coffee shops, or often find myself working from McDonald's just because they have Wi-Fi. You know, if I need to come online urgently, I often end up working from there, or just from like Airbnbs, which isn't too bad, but it's much easier to have like a stable place to work from. So I am heading back home. So yeah, I'll be putting out more sort of frequent content. Let me know what you think of the growth hack. And like I said, if you do need any help sort of setting it up, feel free to let me know, and I'll be more than happy to help. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.